Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see how do we multiply two big linked lists. The linked list will have hundreds and thousands of nodes, so we have to multiply these two linked lists. With normal computation, with the normal integer calculation, this is not possible, so we have to use some advanced classes like big integer and some extra C++ libraries. But how do we solve this linked list problem with normal code itself? So that's we are going to see this video. So we are given these two linked lists. Here you can see 13579. This is literally in an integer 13579. Each node will hold one digit. And here you can see the second linked list 246789, and that's written here. If you multiply these two numbers, you'll get this answer 3351147831. So this is more than 10 digits are there, and normal integer or some numbers it can't hold. So that's the reason we are going to do this approach. It's not like a traditional approach. You'll multiply this each digits with 10 powers, because it will be thousands of digits, so that multiplication itself will cause you integer overflow. So in order to avoid this, we are going to use some traditional way of multiplication. So here the answer set is represented in a one linked list. You can see this node will hold this information as 3351147831. So we have to return this kind of a linked list. So finally this list will be printed and this will be treated as answer. So traditional way of multiplication, how do we do this? You could have seen this in methods and all in schools. You will take this second number's last digit and you will multiply each and every digits of the first number like this, and you'll write down the answer. And you'll take the second number and you'll multiply each and individual digits, and you'll write the answer here, and you'll add 1 0. In first number it will be no zeros, second 1, and next time 2, next time 3, 4 and 5, it goes on, and finally you will sum up all these and write out the answer. We are going to do the same approach in this video, this algorithm that I've written here in the right side. So how I'm approaching this problem is, first I have to reverse this. From last digit we are going to multiply each and every digit of another list. So I have to prepare one node called answer, which at beginning it's empty, and when you're multiplying this one, this answer will be added. First time it will be like empty or null list, so first time it will carries this one like 1 1 2 2 and 1, and next time I'll multiply this 8 with this list and I'll get one more answer, so that I can sum it up, and before that I'll add this 0, so that these two are completed. And again when the 7 goes and multiply this list, I'll add this with answer, and fourth and fifth until the last number I encounter. So finally I'll get the answer here and I'll return that list. So this program is a very big program. You can see I have written this snippet. I'll explain you line by line how do we solve this. This is very simple. So you're going to create a dummy node. This is what the node that answer going to hold. So I create a dummy node with 0, and I assign that address as answer. And if any one node of list is 0 or null, my answer is 0. So you could have seen this, only one node is there, but 0 that time how you can directly return that answer as just 0, because already it is 0 or null. That's fine. That's edge cases that you can handle separately. And if node n1 or n2 is 0, that also you can return it as empty or null. That's up to the question how do they ask. So the next one is extra zeros. So extra zeros at the beginning it will be 0, so no zeros will appear, but you go by digit. In the second list you have to add this 1 0, then 2 zeros, 3 zeros. So I have to hold that how many number of zeros added for each iteration. I'll use the variable called x, and if for each numbers I'll increment it so that the number of zeros stands for the information will be in the x variable. Okay, now I'm starting from the end and going to the front from right to left. So I have to reverse both of these lists. So I have to start from 9 7 5 3 1 like this. So I have to reverse it. So I reversed both of these lists like n1 and n2. I'll take this first list, and I'll take the my initially my node will be standing here at 9. So I'll take this 9 and I'll multiply everything. I'll give it to the answer. And I'll take 7, I'll multiply everything and I'll give it to the answer. Okay, first we have to append zeros. So these two lines are just dummy node creation, and into iterator you have to each and every time we have to go to each individual nodes, and that's the reason this n2 iterator is there. And n2 is the second node list, so that's directly given. And multiplication, I have to prepare one new list, like a kind of multiplied numbers. I have to hold it, so that's where I have to store is mult. So that's the reason here I don't dummy is there, and we have this multiplication node, and I have to add this zeros. So I'll hold those information this in x variable, so I can create those many zeros, and my multiplication node is ready. Okay, now the actual multiplication begins. I'll go take this 9 and I'll multiply this individual, which is nothing but the n2 iterator. So while my n2 is exist or the carry exist, I'll continue. When my node exists, I have to add it with the carry and n2 node where I'm currently standing, and n1. This is the n1 and this is the n2. The n2 I'll have an iterator that I have given this one, and individual nodes I have to pass one by one. So I have written n2 iterator and n2 iterator dot next, so that I can move to the next node. Okay, now the actual node creation, you can take the last digit and you can assign to the multiplication next, and give it to the multiplication so that it will be moved. And the next I want to take a carry, so I'll take a carry, and how do I take this? Just divided by 10, so that my carry, if it is exist, even though here you can reach the last node, but some carry is there, so you can add that 1 or 2 in the front. So that's the reason it is. And then I just print it. This is a print line statement, and the next one is I'll add this. I add this with answer, my new node, which means that this multiplication is an iterator kind of a variable, but the actual information starts from the dummy node. So dummy node initially it will have holds 1, and I'm just giving the dummy start next. So from there, the answer will be there. So I'll add it to the next, to the answer, and the once I passed this 9, I can move to the next node. So 7 will be my actual the current node. So n1 equal to n1 dot next, and then I have to increase my next zeros variable. Okay, this will continue until the number 1 comes. Finally, this will, from end we are adding everything, so it will start from this 1. So what we have to do is we have to just reverse it and return. That's it. Okay, this lines may be so many lines may be there, but this is very simple program, and we'll write these lines in Visual Studio Code, and we'll see how does it look like. Okay, this is my C++ program. Here you can see I have imported the necessary importing statements, and this is my class called list node, and this is my class definition functions, and here where I'm going to write the actual logic. And you can see here there are two lists, like namely x and y. You can see the same digit 13579 as there in form of nodes, and 246789 is there. Just print it, and we can call this multiply function, and we can see how does it look like. First, we can straightforward write if n1 or n2 is not having any values or equal to null, you can return null. And second case, if n1's next is null and n1 data equal to 0, you can return 0. So you can create it as a new node called list node dummy2, and you can assign this one pointer as answer equals to address of this dummy2, and you can return this answer. Okay, the same thing I'm going to do for n2 also. So n2, and here also n2. You can remove these kind of excess braces. Okay, now I need extra zeros variable. So what I'm going to create is extra zeros. So int extra zeros equal to 0. Initially it will be 0, and first thing I want to do is I have to reverse my linked list. So n1 I'll reverse it, and n2 also I reverse it. So I'm going to write while my n1 is exists, so n1, and I need one more variable called dummy, which is temporarily holding my data of intermittent list. So dummy, and I need an iterator to travel in my second list, so I'll create a list node as n2 iterator equals to n2. Here this dummy will have answer like 1. You can give anything that anyhow we are going to give us next only, and same thing you can create the node called multiplication, and you can give this address of this dummy. Okay, now you have to add zeros. Initially nothing will be there, so int, you can create the as many zeros. Multiplication equal to multiply dot next equals to new list node of 0, and I have to continue my iteration of n2 hold some values or carry is there. So here you can declare one more variable as int c equals 0. Inside of it, I first checks it either carry is there or n2 is there, so I just check n2 is there or not. So if n2 is there, so I'll do it as n2 exists, c equals c plus. I have to write n2 iterator data I have to multiply it with n1 dot data. So this is what this individual digit multiplication is. Here I have this 3 and this 4 like numbers. I'll multiply and I'll display there. Then into iterator, I have to move into iterator equals into iterator dot next. How do I calculate carry? Is c equal to c by 10, and I need a new node, so multiplication equals to multiply dot next equals new list node of this c mod 10. So actually this is two lines. You can this is the actual line, but you can write this one as in one line itself. This is the actual line, but you can combine these two lines and write it in one line. And then I just write a print statements for how my intermittent results, like these numbers are appearing. So I can write the same. So I write dummy dot next. So dummy dot next, and I have to merge this with answer. So answer equal to add, you can add these two. So add function is there. I have already written this add function. If you don't know how to add two numbers of two linked lists, you can see another video. You can see in this one. Add function, how do we return when n1 or n2 or carry exists? We'll sum it up and create a new node, temporary node, and we'll return that list. So intermittently it will create this 1 2 2, these are all nodes. So you must have a proper way to delete these nodes. So how much space is given to you, you have to handle accordingly. Here in this case I've just commented, but you can see this. You can completely remove this n1 and n2 because I'm creating a brand new nodes. So each time of iteration. So this is the delete function. Whenever this n, until this n exists, you have to continue this iteration and you can free this. But this is just I commented, but you can uncomment and see. Okay. So okay, now it's merged with the answer, and the next thing is I have to move to the next digit, n1 equal to n1 dot next, and extra spaces I have to increment. So once it's done, all are done, and ultimately I have to return of reversing the answer. My answer is here, so I have to return this answer. Okay, we go to the top and see again. First, if any node is null, I have to return null. If node having the value 0 and the next node is not at all there, so that time we have to just return the answer as 0 because this dummy is initialized with 0. So you can return that. And next one is for extra zeros, and these two are for reversing those lists. So until my n1 exists, I'll multiply with this n2. Okay, this is the actual multiplication, and this is for exist 0 adding, and this is just for printing, and this is merged with the answer, and this is for moving the integer of next numbers, and this is for extra 0 increment, and finally my answer will be reversed. Okay. Okay, now just format this document and run it. Run. Okay, here you can see this numbers, and answer is coming correct. Like I can show this 13579 into 246799. Okay, 3351147,830. These are all intermittent result that you can see here. You can see 111112, and these numbers are written here. but it will be written in the reverse format, because we'll start from the reverse and add it. And this result also will be like this, but ultimately we have reversed here in the return statement. So that's the reason it's coming like this. Like this, you can create hundreds of nodes, and you can multiply this. But this is a n square algorithms. I hope you know this. And here all this are working fine. Okay, thank you for watching this video, and we'll meet in the next video. Hope you understood this problem and solution. This will not cause any integer overflow or any other problems. Okay, thank you for watching this video. We'll meet in the next video.